Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Versus. My name is DeAndre Robinson. These are my friends. Say hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
Hi, my name's Evan. I am almost 300 pounds of love.
Hey, it's your boy CJ, aka KY Glide.
Oh my God.
Is that Glide with a Y?
Is that a new brand of KY jelly?
All right.
Oh, God. I'm Joe Barrett, and I can lift my weight in Will Smith DVDs.
All right. So this is a show. It's, we will be debating some of the most unlikely of topics, just like the three topics we'll be debating today. And the first topic we will do is the best club song of the 80s. There's a lot of songs in the 80s though, that was beautiful. But however,
Shit.
these songs that you would hear in the club, you're trying to dance with a girl in the club, and we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna start. Okay, I'm gonna go first with this one. Okay.
Yeah, you better. You got some explaining to do.
So my club song is "Party All the Time" by Eddie Murphy. All right, listen. First of all, shout out to Eddie Murphy. Okay, he tried to do everything he could from movies, stand up. And the '80s was his. The '80s was his decade. Period. Party All the Time is my favorite. I thought it was the best because it's literally one of the first songs I ever heard from the '80s era. I know Michael Jackson and Prince and all the other people, but my mom actually played this song for me first. And I didn't know what it was, but she kept playing it. And by the time I was 5 in the 90s, I'm just doing this shit. My girl wants to just shake my head with this shit. It's catchy as hell. The lyrics is not that bad. And yeah, that's my that's my choice for the best 80s club song.
That's it.
Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy. That's all I got. Okay. That's
All right, let me take the lead on this real quick. As the resident stat checker, all right, I did a search of the 100 greatest dance songs of the 80s because dance clubs were a whole big thing in the 80s. This was by Digital Dream Door. I don't know how credible digitaldreamdoor.com is, whatever. Your song didn't even make the top 150. Okay? The only reason your song was relevant is because it was Eddie Murphy. You put that song on any other major artist, and that song is a flop. Okay? I'm sorry.
I do want to say this though, like what I should have said in my previous statement, that Party All the Time might not be on everybody's list, but it is a cult classic. If anybody was in a decade,
classically trash.
if anybody in that decade would if you sing that song, they know it. But it might not be the first thing that pop in their head when you talk about the 80s, but if anybody listen to, like, if anybody grew up in the 80s and you sing that song, like, oh, I know that song, and they'll start bobbing their head just like this.
Dre, you got, man, when you talk about good songs, like from the club songs from the 1980s, nowadays you play that for a kid who's like 20 years old, just like 21 years old, first now going out to the club, they're going to look at you like you're fucking stupid. Okay? You got to pick, you got to have a favorite club song that is recognizable, that anyone can just sit there and to, okay? I respect your pick because I didn't think it was a terrible song, but it is not the best club song of the 1980s. Sorry.
CJ, how are you?
All right. What can I say except that Eddie Murphy's singing career was one of his worst jokes. It was horrible. He had 2 semi-good songs out of 4 albums. The lyrics were trash. Okay, it was just the same chorus over and over and over again.
Okay,
on top of that, it was ranked number 7 on the 50 worst songs of all time.
Ooh,
yeah. So it did get votes. Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you a question? What are the 2 good Eddie Murphy songs?
That one was semi.
Okay.
Party all the time. And, see, there I can't even remember the other one. That's That's how much it was.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, people forget about "What's Up with You" when with the song with Michael Jackson. I'm so I'm saying.
yeah.
If you haven't
Like I
listened to
said,
it,
there were two. Like I can't hear. It wasn't that good. Actually, back when I used to work, back to one of the bars I used to work at the end of the night, we used to have fucking wars. You know, we try to play the shittiest song to annoy each other. Yeah, and this is one of the songs I used to pick.
Ooh.
All right, Joe.
You know, I'm not going to take you to task for something not being on the list. Let's not all be statisticians here. I respect you going off book and going with your own tastes. However, I'm going to say that Eddie Murphy in the 80s was all over the place. I'm actually kind of surprised that he didn't end up with a restaurant franchise and his own apparel line, which he may have had and I just ignored. I don't know. But the whole Gumby Goes Disco, I don't buy it.
You know what, Joe? People love my stats, and you can stick that forward.
I'm a math guy. I get it, but sometimes you need to come away from the keyboard. That's all. Just saying.
Keyboard warriors unite.
Yeah.
Joe.
My song is again one of those sort of personal ones because it was playing when my wife and I were able to actually go out after we had our first kid. The first time we were able to go out and go to a club again. It Takes Two by DJ Easy Rock and Rob Bass. And I don't know, Rob Bass had other ones, right? He had, I don't know, like, I'm sure he had other hits. But it was that one, and it was the time and the place. And there's also the video, which we got hooked on that song, and then we tried to, you couldn't just watch a video, so you had to like record it on your VHS at that time. And we tried to do the dance that the guys were doing in there, and at the risk of crossing some sort of line, I'm just going to say we were far too white to ever get that done, which just made me admire the song all the more. There may be better hits in the 80s, but it's one that touched me deeply for the freedom it gave me to be a white guy who can't dance.
All right, I'm going to go first. One, I want to say that I love this song. Obviously, I love this song with a passion. I love the dance. I love the video. However, when I think about this song, I think about 80s rap, 80s hip hop.
Cheesy.
You say that like there's something bad coming after you say that.
No, it's not cheesy per se, because it's how it was in the 80s. However, there were better rap songs. When I think about this song, I always think about Rapper's Delight, and how Rapper's Delight was far. Granted, it was probably one of the longest songs ever made in life. However, it was a better song. It was a better song than this. All right, Evans, on you.
All right, me being the statistician that I am, It Takes Two, number 10 on that list. So it was a very good song, statistic wise. There's your English lesson for the day. I don't have a whole lot to say against it because it's catchy. It takes two to make a thing all right. Oh, it was a good song. Joe, you got a story for everything, and it's hard to discredit some of your shit because you got so many touching stories involved in it.
I'm sorry I'm making this so difficult for you.
I know. I actually like the song, so I can't discredit it. You know what? But I will say this. In terms of it being a song by DJ Easy Rock and Rob Bass, like you said, can you name any other songs by those two?
Didn't they do one with Eddie Murphy or something?
Bringing it back. I wish I could discredit it more, but this is actually a song I know too fondly, and it still plays in the clubs some days if you go out. Yeah, if there's like a throwback night, it's still up there. So I would say that this is one of the better choices you've ever had, Joe.
Wow, thank you.
Hey.
All right, CJ, it's on you.
Yeah, I hate saying this, but I agree with Evan. But there's not really much I can say bad about this song. It was a really good choice by Joe, surprisingly.
All right, for the first time on the show, There's not really any bad we could say about a topic. So Joe,
Well, welcome to this episode of Versus called "We Agree."
All right. So next song, next song is CJ.
All right. Yeah, I'll say I really next to Joe, the best club song of the '80s was "Let's Go Crazy." Yes, this song is like easily one of the best songs of the '80s. It's just gets you hyped. As soon as it starts, you feel it. You want to jump up, start grooving, dancing. Yeah, you can just kick it in a group of people or just fucking dance with your lady. This song was so probably good that it was the opening song to Purple Rain. Purple Rain, the movie. It was like the opening song to fucking set the whole thing off. I just say, this has got to be the best one. Like,
all right, Evan, you're first.
All right, CJ, second worst pick of the episode so far. Let's Go Crazy on my list of 150, 108. So
on the list, bitch.
Hey, I'm just saying, fan voted. No, it's in terms of Prince songs, it's not the one that comes to my mind first. Even Little Red Corvette, I felt played more in a club because it was just it's not a terrible song in terms of Prince songs, but in terms of club songs, there's just so many other songs that if I were to be a DJ, I'd tell you what, someone come up to me with a $20 bill saying, "Hey DJ, will you play?" So I bet you I'd hear a million songs before I hear "Let's Go Crazy."
All right, Joe's on you.
I got nothing against the song itself, except that what ruined it for me in retrospect. At the time, it was wonderful, but what ruined me for it in retrospect was that Capital One used it in one of their credit card campaigns, and I can't say that I can't hear it now without hearing that, but and it wasn't even Prince. It was his estate. He was already dead. It's not even Prince's fault.
Oof.
So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's good. I'll give you that, but I'm not going to go request it for karaoke or otherwise because of that. I don't know.
He ain't going to pay me $20 to pay it.
It feels tainted. I said taint.
Oh.
Whoa.
First time.
All right.
There's a drinking game that people have with this. They have to drink every time somebody says taint. So
you just got somebody 3 shots.
There you go.
All right, CJ. I love Prince. I do. However, there were so many other songs that you could have chose for this.
107 to be precise.
No. Smart song. I'm talking about Prince.
I think it's club songs, though. Those aren't all club songs.
Oh, Prince songs?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about his list. Those aren't all club songs, though.
All I'm saying is Kiss, 1999, Darling Nikki,
Little Red Corvette.
Little Red Corvette, I Would Die For You. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of songs that you could have chosen outside of this song. Because I'm a big my favorite Prince song is "I Would Die For You." That shit is amazing. That shows true love for that person. But you could have chose literally any other. I would even took Purple Rain. Purple Rain like club song. However, I really chose Purple Rain. All right. Last but not least, Evan, you next.
So before I get my answer real quick, I just want to – I know that I have the digitaldreamdoor.com list right here. I'm just going to run through the top 10 real quick. Number 10 was Joe's It Takes Two. And then DeAndre said 1999 by Prince. Celebration by Kool and the Gang. Beat It. Super Freak, which I'm surprised nobody picked that. Joe's favorite word of the day, Tainted Love. Sweet Dreams.
Drink.
Don't You Want Me, and Into the Groove. Now, that's only 9 because I chose number 1, motherfuckers, is Billie Jean. Okay.
Did you choose it before you looked at the list or after?
Oh, yeah. No, I chose it before I looked at the list. I chose – my initial choice was Thriller, but I switched that as soon as I actually sat down and thought about it. I really just wanted to get my next answer before anyone else did, so I had to throw a song in there that just popped in my head. So Billie Jean, along with Beat It, are the 2 songs in Michael Jackson. Like, if I were to be in a club right now, if I were to hear that, I'd be like, I'd totally dance if I knew how. But Michael Jackson songs, it's sort of like Prince. He has a lot of good choices, and you can't go wrong with a lot of them. But Billie Jean, I feel just from the synthetic bass line that it has right at the beginning, just to the overall groove of it, I felt was the best choice for an overall like club song of the 80s. And majority of the lists I looked at when doing my research had Billie Jean in the top 3, if not number 1 most times. So by all means, you can debate it. You're wrong, but go ahead.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first because I only got one argument about this. Michael Jackson songs as well. You really, I mean, I know it's a good dance song. I'm not sure how they would dance in the 80s. I was born in 88, so I'm not sure how they would dance in the 80s. However, I can't imagine somebody come up to a girl like, "Hey, you want to dance?" and Billie Jean come on, then you walk away from her. Because that's how I feel. That's how I feel it's going to happen. Like you go up to a girl and you hear do 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 do. You're going to do the spin and go do the moonwalk, and that's all you could do to this song. Like that's all you should do to the song. You should not do any other step but the spin, and you shouldn't be dancing to that part. Come on, the spin and moonwalk. That's all you should do.
You can't even do the Michael Jackson kick with the crotch thrust.
What, you gonna kick her in the face?
There's plenty of room on the dance floor because you know damn well when a Michael Jackson song came up, the breakers came into the middle of the circle and they was pushing everybody back to give them some space so they could bust out the best moonwalk. It happened because it happened into the 2000s when I used to go to fucking Venue 126 when I was in high school.
All right, Joe's on you.
It's really, really hard to disagree with this because Eddie Van Halen. Because this song might have contributed toward breaking up original Van Halen because David Lee Roth hated the fact that Eddie Van Halen was doing guitar for someone else. And the only thing I have about it is, again, this is me. It's another personal story. I was in radio at the time. And I was in what was called CHR at the time, Contemporary Hit Radio, which is just another name for Top 40. And we played the living snot out of this thing. We had it on, and I'm not kidding you, an every 2-hour rotation. So this thing is burned into my synapses at this point. I still like it, but I'm just trying to find a reason to disagree, and that's the one I have for you today.
So before I give it to CJ.
Tainted, I say.
Before I give it to TJ, I'm with Joe with another song. Maybe like 7 years ago, I used to work at a car dealership in Philly, and there was a song that came on literally almost every 30 minutes.
Barbie Girl?
No. So, no. But it was kind of work. It's kind of like that though. Fucking Call Me Maybe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Same deal.
Yeah.
Why don't you say it out loud? Yeah.
Why you gonna put it in their heads? I'm going to go on record and saying, and people can mock me all you want.
You like the song.
Because of that, I don't find that song that bad.
You know, she's the biggest catfish of the past, 25 years. Because when I first heard that song, I was in high school, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like a 17-year-old chick. Now, she was 26 when she made that song. I was like, damn.
The audacity.
I know. It's like when they have high schoolers in a movie played by 37-year-olds.
Every single movie there is.
Any High School Musical movie.
All right.
All right. But I'm not gonna disrespect Michael Jackson. I love his music. But, I'm just saying is this song. I disagree about it being a club hit. It's definitely a hit, not a club hit. Unlike you actually grew up in the '80s. This song was more like, you played on the radio in the background while you wasn't drinking and smoking, hanging out with your people.
All of that happened in a club.
It's a chill. No, it's a laid back. Was sit back, do nothing, chill. It's not to get up and dance. Not like, let's get up and dance. No, come on, like we gonna chill, smoke this blunt, and fucking drink this drink.
All of which still happened at clubs.